So today I'm going to start work on the manifold for the aquaponics system. Basically, let me go over here. Basically, water is going to come out of the pond and it's going to be pumped up to the table. And on the table, I want to have a manifold that can distribute that water out to up to 4 plants. So that's what this is going to do. Basically, I'm going to use, this pipe is going to accept the water. So water will come into it, and then on the end cap, I'm going to drill 4 holes. I'm going to route this plastic tubing through those holes, or vinyl tubing, whatever that is, and route those through 4 holes. So I'll have 4 5-foot lengths of tubing that I can run to wherever I want. Anyway, I'm probably not going to bring you along for the drilling and all that kind of stuff, but let me get that done, and you'll probably have a little bit better idea of what I'm talking about. My holes, and I'm sort of press fitting these tubes in there. The outer diameter of this tubing is 7/16, and I'm actually using a 3/8 inch hole because I don't have a 7/16 inch drill bit. And instead of going up to a 1/2 inch and having them loose, I think this is going to work better. It's going to restrict the flow a little bit, but not by much. And it keeps these things in there pretty snug. So that's all I'm doing, and we'll show you the next step. Okay, so we've got all the tubing ran in there. The last step is going to be to use some of the silicone adhesive to seal these up. I'll put some gloves on and sort of get it all around the exterior of the tubing. As you can sort of see now, there's 4 tubes that run out the bottom of this, and we'll get them straightened out, and that'll supply water to the plants. All right, we got everything nicely sealed. Get some silicone in there. The final step is going to be to cut this to length. We don't need this whole 2 feet of it, so probably cut that to 1 foot long, and then it'll sort of go as a manifold here on the system. So anyway, we'll get there. All right, so it's starting to look like a manifold, I guess. I got everything up. The tubes are in. They're sealed with sealant. I've set this. I've set the pipe into the cap, and the last thing I'm going to do is put a little screw down here to. I'm going to use zip ties to fix this to the pole out on the table. So we're almost there, and then we'll have a fully functioning system. The last thing that I'm going to do is replace the vinyl tubing. I've got vinyl tubing coming off the pump right now. I'm going to replace that with PEX piping, so it should look a little bit nicer and it should hold up a little bit better. This vinyl tubing I'm not worried about because it's going to be under slack. It's not getting looped over or anything. So I'll show you what I'm talking about later when I get to the PEX piping part. But for now, we've got a manifold and we're about ready to put it on the post. All right, well there she is. The manifold's on the post. You can see we've got lines coming out, and I'll be able to route these lines wherever I want. So I can put them down in there, get them wrapped around a plant, and I'll have to train them a little bit so that they'll be a little more flexible. Right now they're still in the coiled up mode from the store. But overall, I think that's where we're at, and just water will, just by siphon by gravity, will flow out of the tubes into the pots. I can put up to 4 of these pots on here. I've got 4 tubes for the manifold. Overall, pretty good. I'm going to let the silicone dry a little bit more inside the manifold before I actually test it out. But overall, that's how this is going to work. You can see I've got the PVC pipe on the back here, so water will flow out of this pot into the PVC. It'll go down that way, get carried across here by this half PVC pipe back into the pond, and we'll have a full cycle. So water will come out of the pond, into the manifold, into the plant, out of the plant, into the piping, and then back to the pond, and should be good. Anyway, I'm DarkStrider. Thanks for watching. Appreciate you coming along for the ride. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.